hot, and now I am live. All right. It's a Sunday, and yeah, it's a Sunday. I'm going to remember to talk louder, because I don't know if I did figure out how to find the old videos and download them. So now I'm like, all right, good. I got my live autobiography. Let's see. All right. Oh, well, then I'm not alone. 3 people. Now I don't know because I don't have eyesight, so I can't trust it. It is Sunday, and it's been a pretty good day. I already ran errands. By that, I went to Target, but I was able to get more than one errand done there. Let's see, what is the date? I think it's the 7th or the 8th day of September. Actually, what we got here, it is the 8th day of September. Well, there's no turning back now. We are well into 2024. Yep, so the 8th day of September. Oh yeah, another good thing, I remembered, my summer color is the liquid and my fall color is the powder. Or the winter color for makeup. Okay. So I'm doing my verbal autobiography. And then if I die, everyone will know all my shit, which is good. Okay. So where I left off last time, yeah, right on this page. So it starts with, you believe love has more to do with, and they list 4 things. And I think all matter, but definitely one matters more. So they list common interest, physical attraction, dependency needs, timing, and maturity level. Honestly, I think it's with timing and your maturity level that you like realize some of that other stuff, or like what you can give and take in a thing, what you are like willing to sacrifice, and what is like more of a necessary or red flag. Would be a definite red flag, a definite deal breaker. Common interests are definitely good. I think it's good to have at least one common interest, but then I would say it's good to have at least one different common interest that neither of you guys share. I think that is totally fine. And then obviously we're always going to have, like, most people like a good meal. Most people like to like be entertained in some way. So there's things that are going to be an easy share too, but it doesn't hurt to have like one deeper common interest than general human common interest. So my current age, when I was writing this the first time, my age was 28. I am not 28 anymore. I am now 33. So I did like start this a long time ago, but I did not finish it. The age you feel, my current age 28, the age I feel. Oh man, I don't even feel an age anymore. I just like, I will say I feel way more like Amy than I felt probably at 28. I feel a lot more like myself now. I've really done a lot since 28. Not on paper, like not stuff that they can tax me for necessarily, but I mean, like a lot of hard self-work. Definitely nothing they can tax me for. All right. Dependency needs are another thing that kind of comes with time. So time. I will say that I think sometimes some of the best relationships. Well, I can't say that for sure, but it does. There's no hard rule of thumb. I will say that I definitely got into some personally unhealthy patterns with codependency, and it has done so much good for me to be single. Actually, I was still engaged when I started this at 28, but I got disengaged before I turned 30. So I got disengaged at 29. If you hear a lot of yelling in the background, that's my parents. They're not arguing, but I don't really know what they're talking about. It's not my business. They might as well be roommates. They're adults. They could argue if they want. I'm not refereeing any relationship stuff. All right. Are you registered to vote? Like, once you register, it's so funny. Like, you can never not unregister. You're on their shit. Like, I don't vote. You guys got it. All you voters got it. Don't worry. You don't need me. You want my opinion on something? Ask me my opinion on something. You don't need my fucking vote. No one needs my fucking vote. I don't know shit about politics. I'm just gonna hope every day we don't, like, we all, shit is expensive. I can only though focus on what I can do for myself. Like, and I'm not gonna be able to solve the whole world, but I can figure out how maybe I myself can get more money or be better with what money I have. There's a lot of things. Whatever, I guess. When's Saturday Night Live funnier? I want whatever president's going to make Saturday Night Live funnier. Oh, no, that's Trump. That's not true. That's Trump, though. Alec Baldwin's a sad case now. Yeah, a lot of guns have added. I don't know. I thought that was kind of more humorous with it was sad for Alec Baldwin. The shooting thing was funny for Trump. Oh, someone's probably already got that joke. I can't even think of how to word it, but we all are thinking it. It's funny that Alec Baldwin and Trump have that bleed over. Oh, damn, too bad Alec Baldwin wasn't the one shooting. Someone has definitely said that. That is not an original thought. Shout out to whoever. I must have said that first. And then they say, which of the 7 deadly sins are you most guilty? And a quick, recap. Because right now, if you're watching, try and think of all 7 deadly sins. You won't. You'll think of 6 and then be like, what the fuck was the 7th one? It'll be like a different 6 every time, too. Same thing with the states. If you ever sit down and try, when I would be trying to bullshit time in school, this is why I was bad at school, I would play this game where, just from nothing, because there's nothing to do in school but sit there and take notes, I would try and list out all 50 states from memory, and you always forget some. It's like one. You'll always forget fucking one. All right, but the 7 sins are envy, pride, gluttony, sloth, greed, wrath, and lust. I always feel like I'm most guilty of gluttony, but I think sloth is the cutest. And then it says, have you donated something to charity? Yes. And thank you, Goodwill, for, I don't know, taking some of my shopping habit off my hands. Hell yeah, liquid death tea. It actually does have caffeine in it. Have you participated in community service? Oh, yes. Because it's my autobiography. I went to a private school, and then I also got in trouble with police. So I've had to do all underage, a shit ton of community service. I feel like nowadays our service to community it's fine just to exist, being a good person, exist not being cranky, trying to hold to your word. If you give it, you don't have to make promises, but if you do, try and stick to them. All of that is community service enough. Being easy on one another, just remembering that it's hard out here for everyone. You don't have to be. We don't all have the time, all right? Things are really expensive, and they don't pay us a lot for our time. So I totally do feel like there is a daily community service, or just if you're out in the community, a certain way to be. But I think it's a service because it's hard to exist. Oh, if you hear the vacuuming, I don't know. I guess something got spilled. Maybe that's what the fight was over. Or at least the raising of voices. You're most like which one of the following types of people? Alright, sorry, we're jumping to the next thing. I'll figure this all out when I watch it later and write my autobiography or give this to someone to figure out. You are most like which one of the following types of people? I forgive and forget. I hold a grudge. I don't take things too personally to begin with. I actually might want to say, I used to think I was someone that kind of took things personally, but I'm not really. I almost feel like that might be a narcissistic tendency, but it's just, I don't know. That's another thing. I definitely care about like my loved ones' opinions, and that I know like I'm shitty with answering messages, and there's things I need to be a better listener. I need to be slower to speak and quicker to listen. So many things that I should do to improve. But it's pretty easy for me to not take things personally. I might not even notice certain things, so that like maybe being an autistic thing, I won't even notice certain slights that maybe I should, so I won't take them as that. But I do believe in forgiveness. It's for you as much as the other person. It doesn't take even a religious based thing to know that's like the basis of self-help. To just be holding on to resentment like that is not healthy. All right. It's harder to do my makeup when I can't put my legs under this because this is like a makeshift beauty thing. It's like there's a fucking printer down here. Yeah, it's just like it's fucking whack. All right. That's why I'm not all the way under there. That printer gets like so much of my space for me barely using it, but oh my god, I swear once you get rid of a printer, you're also gonna need a printer for like 9,000 things. And I'm not gonna go to a library. So I try to always forgive. There's a different way I would like almost describe a forget in that you don't hold on to the resentment. Obviously, there are things that they are a part of you and it would be degrading or depleting or just like dismissive. It'd be dismissive of you as a person, your story. Again, this is verbal autobiography. So like it would be dismissive of you as a person to say forget for some things that have happened. I think that part of the strength and growth of forgiving is the fact that obviously we don't forget, but that you could forgive anyway. And really what it's meant by forget, I think, is the letting go of the resentment of it. So the emotional baggage that came with what was basically done against you that, like, you know, whether or not you get it, you probably do deserve forgiveness for. Why I try to forgive. A lot of times I've already forgiven the person. I know they're going to ask, but I've already forgiven them. But I respect when people do. And also, something I should be aware of myself is another thing where I'm like, oh, number 3, where I'm the kind of person who I don't take things too personally to begin with. Another, like, that's kind of a dope part, but a bad part could be maybe because of the autism, I do care a lot about people's feelings, and I actually feel hyper aware of them sometimes. It's just I don't know what to do with them, but I don't want to do anything bad. So there, I also run the risk of I don't know, I not being aware of how much I'm hurting someone. There have also been times I've been aware, and revenge is an addictive thing. That is something to be careful of. All right. It says, are you normally attracted to people who are younger or older? My last 2 relationships, a lot of my last 2 serious relationships, which were my longest relationship and my engagement. My engagement was not my longest relationship. My engagement, he was younger, and the guy I was in the longest relationship with was older. I don't think like that. I would never date a child. That's fucking disgusting. I can't believe there are teachers that do that. Oh my god, what a sad life. Bitch must be having sex with her fucking, like, I was an elementary school teacher. They smell like boogers and fruit snacks and ass. Like that. They're crusty little fools. That is so fucking great. Like, what was your life like, bitch? That was so sad. Like, girl, let me take you out and show you something. Like, we'll go find some men. I mean, there are men younger and older. Describe the greatest kiss of my life. If I don't really have a memorable one, I'm going to say that. You know, I don't really have one. I don't know, I've seen some. Maybe you should answer what's the best one I've seen. I don't fucking know. I don't know. It's like the stupidest scenes in movies. Not, that is a lie. That is not the stupidest scene. The stupidest scene in movies, in my opinion, is a long-ass chase scene. I like dialogue. Clearly. Verbal autobiography. Alright. Things you pride yourself on. Well, this is totally different than when I was 28. Things I pride myself on. I don't know if I want to say what I wrote as 28. I feel like she deserves more privacy. But like, what are things? I guess I do agree with number one. It is a hard thing, and I'm also thinking what I want to share too. Which again, no one could be watching. I have no idea. Yeah, only like 2 people. Hell yeah, Mom. Alright, so then I could say whatever, because then when I write my autobiography, I can sift through and decide. Alright. Things I pride myself on. I actually feel like I really have to think about this. I am appreciative actually of where I kind of started at 28. One of the first things I said at 28 was being kind. That is true. Like, I think the value that I know there is in... There's a lot of stuff like I know, and it makes it easy for me to be a good person, and I feel really thankful for that. I like, it makes it easy then to be the change or the whatever that you want to see in the world. That's true. One thing I do need to think about are if there's anything that I get annoyed about or anything that makes me scared or anything that I then do to other people, because I'm like, I don't really care if people take a long time to answer me back, but then I also am like that too. It's because I just run out with the phone. There's so much to maintain. So then, what would, I'm high too, so like extra thoughty. What would be, or is there, I should ask myself this, is there anything right now that I know that I get sad or frustrated with people for that I am doing? I don't think so. I can't think of anything that I get sad or frustrated with people for that actually like happens to me. I can think of things that happen to people that would be sad or frustrating, but not to me. I could always be a better communicator. But then also in respect that people have a difficulty communicating, respecting, or just being aware of people's boundaries and things without them even needing to ask. And that is like, one would think would be against autism, but honestly, no. I like watch people, and I've watched people enough and trying to, it's not that I didn't understand. It was just like, well, I fucking understand now. I just didn't know what to do with the understanding. Like I could see, okay, they're feeling this, so it's like, all right, because they're feeling this, maybe I should give them a hug, or maybe I shouldn't give them a hug. Kind of like things like that. So it's more so like I didn't know as autism, it wasn't that I did not recognize other people's emotions, it's that I did not always know what to do with them. I could even understand why they would have them, but sometimes I wouldn't even then know what to do with that knowledge from there. Like, how do you make up for something? Like, if, like, there would be things like that. Alright, I am going to let everyone go because I'm going to find an eyeshadow tutorial on my phone. And then when I come back to verbal autobiography, it's going to be events I'd want to visit as a time traveler. Or I could try and think of 4 more things that I pride myself on.